Practice question number 7. Let's solve this equation. And we want to solve this equation by completing the square. Okay, so to get started, I'll just add 30 to both sides of the equation. Those will cancel out, so we have 2x squared minus 4x and 0 plus 30, 30 on the other side. Then, what is our next step? We need to factor out a 2, essentially whatever is multiplying the x squared. So 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared. Negative 4x divided by 2, negative 2x. And then I'm going to leave myself some room right here. Still equals 30. Okay. Now, I need to add a number over here, and I'm also going to take it away to complete the square and make this a perfect square trinomial. And what number will make this, the x squared minus 2x plus something, a perfect square trinomial? Well, we can take the negative 2 divided by 2 and square it. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1, squared, positive 1. So I can add a 1 and take it away. Now this is a perfect square trinomial. Now I can take this outside of the parentheses. And how can we do that? We're going to need to multiply it by the 2. So, essentially, I have 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 1. And this minus 1 here, I'll multiply by the 2 to put it outside. Great. Now what? Well, now I can add 2 to both sides of the equation. So we have 2, 30 plus 2 is 32. And x squared minus 2x plus 1, I will actually factor this into x minus 1 squared. After all, it's a perfect square trinomial now. How can I quickly get this number? I can just divide this one by 2. So negative 2 divided by 2, negative 1. Great. Now what do we do? I want to get rid of this 2 right here. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. And we have x minus 1 squared equals 32 divided by 2, 16. Now I can take the square root of both sides of the equation, put a plus or minus over here, because the square root of 16 is actually plus or minus 4. And these will cancel out, so we end up with x minus 1 equals plus or minus 4. Now let me continue over here. There's more room right here. Okay, now I can add 1 to both sides of the equation. And x is going to be equal to 1 plus or minus 4. So there are two answers. 1 plus 4, which is 5, and 1 minus 4, which is negative 3. So these, or sorry, C is our answer, 5 and negative 3.